Australia is there, either New Zealand or France, to join them in the Cup decider.
Ready?
New Zealand's vice-captain, Reece Podilane, gets us underway, and it's brought down by Marie Dupuy and held high by Yen Jason. Now ragdolled Miller and Hiddeney, about the last two players you want to have holding you up at the moment. Look at the struggle, the stress on the face as New Zealand will just usher Dupuy towards the sideline, and it's been ripped away by Miller after all of that work. Rugged start, and then they'll lose control of the ball. Dezu and France and Nesson come away.
Advantage.
Ball spills clear. New Zealand, wow,
Over.
defensively had it and then lost control. Felix Hotham, though, is off to the races here. Look at her charging downfield. And Mahina Paul coming back towards the traffic, finding her teammates. Quick hands, Podilane shovels it on for Setefano. What an all-action opening 45 seconds. Podilane spies a big gap, has to hold on. Good tackle, Dupuy. Paul again, heavily involved. Now Setefano trying to buy some space and time for New Zealand, but Nesson and Jason, oh, they concede the penalty.
Keep
France.
working.
Podilane for Hiddeney. And now Felix Hotham again. Again, nice, good chop tackle down low by France and Dezu. Miller almost hanging off her. Strong defence by Jason. Good defence by France again.
Let go.
Has to let her go as Setefano gets that knee to the ground. New Zealand trying to settle into a rhythm here, but France's defence keeps coming at them, slipping off one, and now there might be a little bit more space. Podilane likes that one up the middle, and she had Miller on the shoulder, and now that loping gait of Georgia Miller as she weaves and arcs her way to another try, another score, and a big-time match for Georgia Miller.
Well, I'm not sure about this last pass, though, from Reece Podilane to Miller. Be interesting to see it. Here it is here. Now just watch Miller come on. The inside is that forward. Geez, that looked forward to me. Might get away with one here in New Zealand, geez.
Try's been given, conversion goes over. There is still time for it to be swept up, but doesn't look like it will be, so it's New Zealand who get the opening score, 7 points to 0.
Boatman, she's been doing fantastic as well, but Georgia Miller, as always, finds a way to the try line when New Zealand needs it most.
Podilane might leave this short, but France opt to play at it with Marie Dupuy.
Yes, get out.
Hiddeney barking orders at the defensive line. A first attack and first bit of ball in hand for France was Silfani.
Number 7, offside.
Just the line speed of New Zealand there getting caught offside, trying to cut down the threat of Silfani. They know.
Steps, ladies.
She gets half a hole. She is gone, Burgers. Look the way France aren't in a rush here. They want to just pull it back. They just want to just play slow, control the pace of this game because of that short bench that they have.
France again, so short on the bench with one down. Dezu had to put a big shift in. One of these players in the semi-final, Fignon, Perrine Fignon, one of the newcomers, has been strong in her debut tournament. Nesson and captain the team most of the last couple of seasons. Now Silfani, there's not a lot of love on that pass. Ball goes to ground, and Felix Hotham might look to punish France's mistake here. Setefano just has to hold things up a little bit, take the tackle, and allow New Zealand to set on the 22. Hiddeney finds Tanetti on the back in field. Tanetti's really strong. It's a real wrestle for Fignon, who does well. And France again concede the penalty though, and it's a quick tap from Hiddeney. France backpedaling, and Sarah Hiddeney will just ease over untouched. No French shirts near it.
Well, the thing this New Zealand team is still trying to figure out, they don't have a Michaela Blyde on the edge. They don't have that extreme pace. I thought Felix Hotham should have just backed herself and went. She had number on the outside. She decides to come back inside. It's making the New Zealand team work harder than I think they really need to. In these games, when there's opportunities in front of you, you have to take them. They get there in the end, but they're making it difficult. The smile says it all from the skip. Auntie's still going.
Olympic pet champion, had 2024 to that as well. Sarah Hiddeny, what a return it is. She should by rights just be coming back now. Played the Olympic Games, that remarkable return from the injury suffered here last year. 14 points to nil, New Zealand lead, and they go deep and long with the restart. It's going to go too deep and long. It's going to keep rolling, and that's a mistake from the Black Ferns. A chance here for France.
France good enough to exploit a mistake such as this? Hardly been in New Zealand's half, let's be honest. This might be the first time. They're going to call the scrum here, which I think is a good move. Again, no need to rush here for the French team.
Yeah, it's a tap. Thank you. Yeah, well done, Ella. Oh, sorry. Yeah, just free kick.
A lot of new faces in this French team.
No
Grisey, Kemba, Jacquet, Glassino, Yengo, Noel, all some of the players not in this side. New coach as well. Roman Huet taking over from David Cortex is one of the old-timers. Carla Neeson goes up the middle and finds Valentine Lutoz, and they are good enough to make the most of New Zealand's mistake. Valentine Lutoz cuts them up the middle. France score under the bar.
They're way too easy, right in the heart of the New Zealand defence. They're trying to figure it out. Sarah Hiddeny saying, what's going on? Look at him here. It's just a late switch and then a run off the back of it. It's a poor play. Wasn't much doing, wasn't much manipulation from France, but look at the determination.
35 seconds to kick.
Pause there. He gets France right back in. This one from nowhere. They're getting dominated. First time in New Zealand's territory, they come away with points.
A heartening score for France.
15 to kick.
14 points to 7, New Zealand lead. Yeah, France are going to get a wriggle on to get this restart away. Could hear the referee counting down, giving them the option. Jessling just letting them know. Deep into the first half now. As Miller looks to skirt her way around the outside of the French defence, and all that's going to be up over the shoulder advantage. She'll still keep going, Georgia Miller, because that's just what she does. And she peels off 40-odd metres and earns a penalty.
Well, it's a set move designed for Georgia Miller, wrapping around that speed and getting on the outside. It was well done on the scramble from France. And here they go, New Zealand.
Stefano directing traffic, finding the hole for Miller. She's been everywhere. A flashing blonde ponytail all over the paddock at the moment. Now some ball here for Tinetti, going to take on Dupuis, who's really stood firm in defence for the French. Number 27. Miller again. And now just this change of direction. Jason working hard to keep up with her. Swats her away. Miller looks around, finds the options. There's Poldy Lane, and there's Stefano. Ball knocked down, backed on, play on. Rosie Poldy Lane is going to score for New Zealand. All the work in the middle, and it's Poldy Lane who gets New Zealand's third.
Interesting once again, though, maybe fatigue setting in a little bit, but Georgia Miller, from this, you would put your house on her scoring it, but look, she looks absolutely gassed. That's what I was saying before. Sometimes if you just dig it in just a couple more metres, you'll make that easy. Even this, good defence jamming in. They make it very tough at the moment, New Zealand. It's not flowing as it was the game before.
Flowing enough to have them in front, though. 21 points to 7. New Zealand lead at half-time over France in the semi-final. Oh, great take from Lutoz as she was falling to ground. New Zealand misread the placement of the kick, so France get a chance to attack, and they'd love to strike first after half-time. And that's strong work from the skipper before it's ripped away from Paul. However, New Zealand concede the penalty.
Just got her knees down in time before the ball was ripped. That's unfortunate there from Nuku, I think it was. Oh, Mahina Paul, sorry.
Scrum.
It was the right thing to do, just missed out in half a second. Again, you can just feel that something shifting in this French outfit. They're starting to gain in confidence. Let's go here, man. This is all on.
Remember, this is a French team with only 4 players on the bench as well, so judicious use of those subs by Roman Gray, important. And also a side with 5 debutants across the squad. Withstanding the pressure at scrum time as Dezu brings it away for the impressive Marie Dupuis. Strong in the first half. Miller's on that one though, stolen it away. Absolute thief. It's a little bit high around Stefano for Neeson. But again, it's Miller coming to the fore in these knockout matches. Big hole here for Hirini in that turn of pace. It's so deceptive, Sarah Hirini. That supreme athleticism of the New Zealand captain, a veteran player who keeps getting better with age, Sarah Hirini.
Well, it's her second dot in this game, but it's the defence from the Coast Cap. Look at that, Reese Pody Lane puts the shot on, gets around the leg, lowers there. Georgia Miller over the top, gets a timely turnover. That is massive in the context of this game. Then Georgia Miller gets up, plays halfback, gives it to a skipper, wrapping around, using those. Well, that big engine that we know she has. Oh, she's looking free and easy at this moment, the skip, Sarah Hirini.
Wow, she said that a couple of weeks ago. I had a chat to her, said she's going to play with freedom this year. She doesn't have to chase everything. She's won everything. So now she just gets to play for the love of the black jersey and winning footy games. 28 points to 7. France need to be the next to respond. They have to find a response in the semi-final. Just letting New Zealand dictate, much like we saw Australia do to Great Britain. This is better though from Lily Dezu, this impressive young player. So strong and confident, still only 20 years of age. They're playing his 16th tournament. Here's Kelly Arby, she's an exciting talent. There's plenty of them in this side, and here's another one, just carving up through the middle. Leia Trollier eventually dragged down and thrown to ground by Tinetti. But a good surge from France upfield. Silfani finds some space up the middle again for Lutoz, who's putting in a big shift. Great hands, Arby. Good tackle, New Zealand on the ball again. Paul this time, and they'll get another penalty, New Zealand, winning that area.
Geez, there's a good chase across. I think it was Tinetti in the end who was on the far side wing. Hit the angle, stopped the French attack, and then from there allowed New Zealand just to regather their forces. A lot of hands on hips, hands on knees. They've had to work hard. But just that moment of change in mentality, I think.
Thank you.
Something they spoke about at halftime, obviously.
Thank you.
Now it just becomes a grind. You don't have to expend too much energy. France are the ones that are chasing the game, so I'm sure this is the moment. They just strike one more time, and I think I'll just pull down the gears and try and game manage the rest of this one.
Nuku, Faliafunga, Vahakolo all out there now for New Zealand.
Set.
Away it comes for Manaya Nuku. Out she goes to Pody Lane, chasing kick here for Caitlin Vahakolo. Going to steam down on this one. How's the bounce going to sit up? Because she's got acres of space in front of her. Caitlin Vahakolo just bided her time, waited for it. Look for the support. Probably could have gone herself, had a crack Vahakolo, but it's going to work out for Nuku. But France's defence get back in numbers and win possession back. Great job, France. And New Zealand get a yellow card here, delaying play. Manaya Nuku.
Down immediately.
Yep. That's a 50-50 one, eh? Because she didn't throw it away. I know she didn't put it down within a millisecond. She's taken a bit of a hit there, so she'll probably get cleaned up as well. But
New Zealand will play with 6. For almost the rest of this game, as Manaya Nuku will probably get patched up while she's there.
Bind.
We'll just wipe it away.
Set.
7 on 6. 2.5 to go still. Quick score here. Start to tighten things up a little, make things interesting. As they look to get to the edge, and then Cecile Silfani on the wraparound. Comes Lily Dezu again. Gets rid of one and then another, and then Silfani can't hold on, and New Zealand like that. You heard them say we got to work, and they did.
And Felix Houston was the one that was working the most here in that last defensive set, back-to-back efforts. That's why you want to see. As a coach, as a team.
7.
Was good on the inside jockey. Made the difference in the end, and now I'll bring the subs on the bench. Silfani just hasn't been able to get into the game because of the great New Zealand defence.
Yep.
Miller takes a well-deserved rest. Georgia Miller to the sideline.
Okay, thank you.
Justine McGregor out there.
Find it, please, ladies.
Well.
Justine McGregor is going to come in the first receiver. Just have a go. Have a spin.
Bind. Set.
18 years old, Justine McGregor. Don't doubt her ability. She's not going to get a chance, though. It's a technical penalty, but it's a penalty nonetheless, or free kick, rather. Put it in under the hooker's feet, so New Zealand concede possession. Remember, it's France attacking with 7 on 6 as Silfani comes round, and again Schliet finds RB, able to keep the ball moving this time, France, for Ian Jason. Just to keep going, and now looking to release Fignon. New Zealand having to chase the French defence now. There's a lot of space for Silfani to link up with her outsides, which she does. And then a little swat in the face from Sivi, and now a try for one of the newcomers, Tunkara Awa. Tunkara scores quickly under the post, exploiting the overlap, the extra player. France get a second try.
Yeah, well worked try as well with numerical advantage. Exploit to the middle, and the good thing, they shifted the ball quickly away from contact with stretching New Zealand defence. Only had to hold it 3 phases, and they found some nice space on the outside, in and away. There's a fend, good pass. 7 points.
So 28 points to 12, and that's not going to help France's cause with 30 seconds to play. New Zealand back to the full complement. Nuku back out there. And at the moment, the Black Ferns are heading to another final in Dubai. It'll be the 26th time New Zealand and Australia have met in a final. The more things change, we've got 91 new players, 8 new refs, 10 new coaches, and a New Zealand-Australia final.
Well, that's the benchmark, and that's what everyone else has to realise. You've got to play against these teams. A lot of these squads are going to get better, but at the moment, Dubai, it looks like it's going to be New Zealand and Australia contesting again for a cup final.
Here goes Vahakolo. That's where she's really dangerous. That cut back into traffic, and she can sometimes just explode through defences. Caitlin Vahakolo. New Zealand have got an overlap here wide. Hiddeny leaves it behind. And another big shift, Sarah Hiddeny. Oh, Faliafanga getting driven back in the tackle. Hiddeny controls it again, and New Zealand are going to get it away and get into another final. Job done. Not always pretty, but the Black Ferns will join and meet their great rivals Australia in another decider. New Zealand 28, France 12.